Hello all, my name is Sharita Wright and I'm going to take the next few minutes to highlight and compare some of the key features of Edmodo and Google Classroom. I would like to begin with Edmodo, which you can access by typing in edmodo.com into your search bar and easily set up a free account. So here's my home page with the class that I've already set up, but teachers can create a new class by clicking on the Create a Class tab, and I'm going to enter a class, Reading and Language Arts, for my homeroom class, and I'm definitely going to put the school year here. And I recommend creating a class for each subject. If you are a self-contained teacher, creating a separate class for each subject that you teach, or if you see different groups of students, setting up a class for each of the group of students that you see. Here you can also select the grade level, also the subject area that you'll be teaching for this class. Here I'm putting language arts and reading, and you can also customize it with the color, and I like this hot pink, so I'm going to leave it with that. And it's that simple. My class is created. Now, once I create a class, you'll get information, or once you create a class, you will be able to invite students a number of ways. One way is by sharing a code with them. So when they go and set up their Edmodo accounts, they can enter in that code that will allow them to join that class. Or you can download and print out handouts that you can have students take home and set up their accounts, or set up corresponding parent accounts. So it gives instructions for how parents can do that. Another way that students and parents can be invited is through email, by inviting them through email. And this is a great option for those students that struggle with getting forms home to their parents. So this is one way, another way that students and parents can join your class. Now, it is important to remember to lock your class once your students have joined. So up here at the top right next to the class code, you can click on Lock Group if you're ready to lock the class. However, if you forget to do so, Edmodo will automatically lock your class after 14 days, which is a great way to keep your class secure. Teachers can also create subgroups by clicking on Create a Small Group here underneath your class, or by going to Settings and clicking on Manage Small Groups. And this is great for differentiation of assignments for small groups or group activities. So you're able to create groups within your classes. There are also other options available under Advanced Settings, where you can customize your class, but most importantly, under Advanced Setting, you can copy your group or your class if you have multiple classes with the same settings. And also you can delete the class here, and also archive the class for future reference. That's why it's important to have that school year to identify the class, so when you go back to reference and maybe need materials or information from previous classes in the future, you can easily reference that. So let's save those settings. Alright. So next, Edmodo makes it easy for you to post notes, assignments, quizzes, polls for your students to access. Here, it's already on Note. That's the default setting. So I'm going to type a note to welcome my students to our class, and here underneath, make sure that I indicate who I want this note to be seen by. I can add to this if I want to maybe add a parent group, or maybe another group. If I want to put multiple groups with the same note, I can do that. I can also add files, links, or docs from my library to this post if need be. And type it, click post, and voila, it's already there on the feed for students to see and reply to if they like. I can also do quizzes here. I can create a quiz, or load from a collection of previous quizzes that I may have created. It's important to put a title to make your quizzes easily identified. I can put a time limit here. I can also choose what type of questions I want the quiz to have. And all of the question selections are automatically graded, or can be automatically graded by Edmodo, except for the short answer that has to be manually graded. But once the quiz is graded, it will go automatically to your digital grade book that's already built into Edmodo, which is a great option. You can also choose whether or not you want your students to get immediate results once they complete the quiz, and also if you want to randomize the order of the questions for each student. You can preview the quiz, print the quiz, and click done once you finish your options. So that's a great way to create assessments for your students to access. Also, you can create assignments, digital assignments for your students. Here you can add the assignment title, due date, when it's due, whether or not you want the assignment to lock out once the due date is passed, whether or not you want this assignment to be added to the gradebook, instructions on completing the assignment, who you want this assignment to go to, which one of your groups or classes, and you can here again attach files or links or docs from your library or even docs from your Google Drive that may accompany the assignment. Click send, and that assignment will post to those students or those people who you indicate. You can also create polls through Edmodo, and polls are anonymous. But I like the poll feature because this is one way that I plan to take my attendance and do my lunch count in the morning. So I can put welcome. Again, this is my homeroom class, so I'll have them when they come in, and I'll put how or will you be buying or bringing lunch today. And all poll questions need to have at least 2 answers. So I'll put buy for 1, answer 1, brought for answer 2, and you can also add as many answers. You just have to have a minimum of 3, and I'll put another answer choice. That's a little joke. And once you have your question filled in, your poll question and your answer choices, you indicate who you would like to see here in my homeroom. And you can also indicate whether or not you want the post to show immediately or if you want to send it at a later date or time. So here I'll post it now. Send. Let me refresh it, see if I can get a response. Keeps wanting me to invite, so let's try that again. So welcome. Will you be buying or bringing lunch today? Bye. Brought. And click send, and voila, my poll pops up on the post for those students to see within my class. And again, the answers are anonymous, but I can still track how many people have responded or track my responses. I can also track and see who has responded. I just can't see what the response was. So this is a great way for me to take attendance during the every day and do my lunch count without having the students do anything or without me having to manually actually count or take attendance. So that's a great feature. Now, my absolute favorite Edmodo feature is Snapshot, which you can access here. by clicking Snapshot. Now what Snapshot is, Snapshot allows you to assign quizzes to students based on certain Common Core standards that you want to assess. So once you click on the tab, you can click to create a new snapshot. And here you can put which group you would like, and let's do my demo class because I want to do, let's use math. You can indicate whether you want reading standards or math standards, so I'm going to leave math highlighted here. If I highlighted reading, it would give me reading standards. I'll put math, what grade you want the standards to represent, and here we have they pulled up the first standard, math standard, under 5th grade, but you can click on add more standards, and according to what the topic is, find the standards that you would like to add. So if I wanted to do based in or place value, we can do recognize that in multi-digit number, a digit is one place, comparing decimals to thousands. So comparing decimal or decimal place values, I can choose one of these to add. So let's add here and maybe here. And I can take that off. I can give this a name, the due date, how much time they have, or leave it unlimited. And another great option is I can also preview the quiz prior to seeing it. So I will be able to see what type of problems the students will be given. So that's a great, and then go ahead and assign it when I am ready. So Snapshot is a really great tool for students to use and for teachers to use. And once they take that quiz, the Edmodo will grade it and also track their progress, give you a breakdown of how they did and which standards they did well. So that information you can use and glean to inform your instruction. So that's golden. That is golden. And you can access it here. You can also access it here, a quick tab here as well. Edmodo also has other tabs that you can click on. There's a lesson planner here that you can click on. This button here gives you access to your Office 365 apps. So if you can access your Word and PowerPoint and Excel documents by linking that there. Another way to also access apps or any other apps that you may download from Spotlight, and this is how you get to Spotlight. Now what Spotlight is a way that you can download apps that you may want students to use for support. So this is also a great tool as well, and those apps you will be able to access and find under your apps tab on your main home screen, and so will the students. You can also access Google Drive documents by clicking on Library and clicking on Google Drive, and here you can connect with any documents that you may have in Google Drive that you may want to access through Edmodo. So it makes everything really simple. Now parents are automatically notified, click home. Parents are automatically notified of assignments and quizzes. However, you must be sure to include them in any group, or include their parent group in any notes or posts that you want them to see, so they don't automatically see those. Also, you can send notes to individual parents and students for easy communication. So if I wanted to type a note here, I can select who. I can go back and send a note to just giving an update on your student. He is doing well in reading. And I can indicate the parent's name here. I can't pull it up because I don't have any parents as part of my class yet, but if I did, I could access them and add them here and post and send them individual messages. So I can do that for parents and I can do that for students. So it's a great way to keep the lines of communication open. So once you join Edmodo, teachers can easily collaborate with other educators through communities. One last option I want to show. Let me go back to my home screen. And under communities, just click that. Click show all. And click on discover new communities. And here you can connect and collaborate with many other communities. And a lot of times they're broken down by subject area with many different groups to follow. Similar to what you would find with Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. You can also connect with other groups in your district or school, as well as other educators on Edmodo within your school or district. Alright, so that's Edmodo. Now let's take a few minutes to look at Google Classroom. Now, Google Classroom is now available to anyone with a Google account. So anyone with a Google account can access Google Classroom. Just type in classroom.google.com and you can access it that way and set up an account, or you can go through your Gmail to your app screen, click more, and voila, there's Classroom right there. So that's another way to access Classroom. So just like in Edmodo, once you create a Classroom account, you can easily begin setting up your classes by clicking the plus button. So here, that allows you to create a class or even join a class. Here I have 2 classes already created. So let's open one up. Let's go to my Reading Language Arts class here. And once you create a class, you can select a theme. You can choose your wallpaper by selecting one of the pre-selected themes that Google offers, or you can upload a photo of your own to make it customized and look really nice for your class. Now you can add and invite students by clicking on the Students tab, and students can join by using the class code just like in Edmodo. You can also select the capabilities you would like your students to have, whether you want them to be able to post and comment, which most of us would, if they can only comment, or if only teachers can post and comment. So you can kind of customize their capabilities. And once your students have joined, you can see all of them listed here. You can sort them by last name or by first name, but you can see everyone that is a part of your class. You can also create topics, which I have here for your class. And this is great because for my LA class, I've selected or created reading and writing. You can add as many topics as you need. And these topics will be used to categorize any assignments that you create for your class. Now let's create an assignment. Now we're going to click this plus button at the bottom right hand corner of the screen, and here you can create either an announcement, an assignment, or question, or reuse a previous post that you've used in the past, which is very similar to the Edmodo tabs that we just saw, minus the quizzes and the snapshot features. Now let's go to assignments. Here I can name the assignment. So let's say I want my class to build background about China for a story that we will be reading. So I'll name it All About China video. And I'll put the corresponding story that will go with this assignment. So that's my title, and I want to add instructions, so I want to be able to tell them to do. So I'll add instructions like, please view the video and complete the attached Google document questions. Don't forget to submit your assignment to your Google folder when done. So next, I can pick a due date. Let's say it's due next. Let's do Monday. Topic is reading. That's my topic. And here I can use these tabs to now attach the documents that I need. So I want to attach the Google Doc that I want the students to use. So I'm going to go to my Google Drive, and here the document is right here in my drive. But all of my Google Drive documents are here. I can click this, quickly add it. And I also want to add a video. And I can click on the YouTube link. And the cool thing about this is I can either add the URL if I know the YouTube URL, but say I don't know exactly what video, or I'm not quite sure what the name is, I can search for the video. So let me type something like China Fun Facts. China Facts for Kids. So I want to make sure that it's age appropriate. And bam, there's my video. China Fun Facts. And see, I have, jump back to, have a list of different videos I can search. Just click add, and bam, I have my documents attached. So once I do that, I can assign it. And there it is. And here I can track what students have completed it and what students have not completed it. So that's a great easy peasy function. Now unfortunately there's not a way to send grades to a gradebook or track student progress, which is a feature that Edmodo does have over Google Classroom. But I really think it's cool how you can access those YouTube videos right from Google Classroom, as well as your Google Docs. I can also use the sharing function within the question feature to do class polls or even blog posts. I can make their responses multiple choice or short answer, and here students can reply to each other. So that's really great for blogging. And also, again, I can attach documents if I so choose. The last feature I would like to show is the class drive folder, which is underneath the About tab. So click About, go under class drive folder, and here under the class drive folder will be any files that I want to save for reference for my class. So this is a great way to access all the files that I've created or saved for this class. So that's Google Classroom. It is a really great way, as I mentioned before, of using it along with Google Apps. It's great for a blended classroom format. However, because Edmodo has student tracking and better interfacing with parents, I would actually recommend it as a primary LMS of choice. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have a successful school year.